Legendary game. Sometime man, it's legendary back in the reaction, bro. My bad, y'all. I'm having a very bad allergic reaction right now. But I gotta get these videos on my eyes puffing up and I'm kind of a little sniffy. You know what I'm saying? But we almost at the end of the year. You almost at Thanksgiving. Little cap time with the fam. Hope y'all did everything this year. Lock in. Build momentum for next year. Here's what it is, man. You ain't do nothing to get better this year. Haze in the barn, bro. You better lock in next year. I know I am. No cap, man. Hope y'all is. No cap. New match come roll 10K. Let's get into it, though, man. Thanksgiving horror stories, man. We on this MrNightmare, no cap.
It was a rainy Thanksgiving. We have a small family, so our family gatherings are tiny. It was my mom, my two sisters, our grandparents, and I for dinner at my mom's house. My older sister Nancy has been moved out for years. My younger sister Jamie and I still live at home with our mom. Our grandparents live 20 minutes away. Our dad's side of the family all live in a different town. We were all helping out with cooking and such, and our grandma was bringing over some food as well. We always do Thanksgiving dinner at 6 o'clock sharp. Our grandparents arrived at like 5 o'clock. We had to go out and help them walk through the rain up the front stoop to make sure they didn't slip. It was really bad out. Once they were here, we put the football game on in the living room, and I sat with my grandparents and watched football with my grandpa, who's a big Cowboys fan.
Yeah! Yes. Matter of fact, I usually know, I be ragging the videos after, and you get a like, man. You know the Super Bowl champions gotta be on display in every single video. No count.
Sisters were in the kitchen helping my mom with the food. The rainstorm created for a more comfortable and relaxing Thanksgiving evening. That is, at first. When it was time to set the table, I went to help. We were all at the table by 6 o'clock as per the usual. We had a giant selection of food for the small amount of people we were.
Bro,
turkey,
me? Man, I eat turkey, I eat mac and cheese, dirty rice, ham. I don't be eating cake like that and sweets of that. Unless it's a cake, maybe like 7 cake or something. Red velvet, I don't know. But like, that's the main things I eat. I don't eat dressing. Dressing is dog shit. I don't know who dressing in that purple shit. I forgot what it's called. I think it's called jam. Yeah.
Egg of lamb, potatoes, stuffing, corn, cranberry sauce, cornbread.
Yeah, cranberry
more
sauce.
Food I'm
Ew.
probably forgetting.
If you eat dressing and cranberry, I ain't gonna lie. I'll cut you off. I ain't gonna hold you. Because that's kind of like, you know.
Eating, drinking wine, and talking before we migrated to the living room. Where there we all watched the football game. Then, sometime before the game ended,
the Cowboys winning.
The doorbell rang. It was still pouring outside, and we weren't expecting anyone else. Our mom said, "Oh no, what if that's your father?" Long story short, our parents don't speak. But the idea of our father coming to surprise us wasn't impossible. My mom told me to go check who it was. So I went to the door and yelled through it, "Who is it?" But the sound of the pouring rain on the front awning drowned out the sound of a male's voice on the other side. So I opened the door, with the storm door still closed and locked. There was a black man on the other side of the door.
Hey!
I
don't like how you said that. Hey! What? What you mean, black man? What? Huh?
Really big rain jacket with the hood up. When I opened the door, he walked closer and yelled something through the door. I had to ask him to repeat it twice before I understood him to be asking for food, saying he's hungry. Then he said something along the lines of, "The Lord will give you good karma if you spare some food." I said it's a possible homeless or just very hungry man asking for food at the front door. My mom said close the door, while my grandma said give him some food. I said I'll make a little paper plate of food for him from the leftovers.
Man, just get that man some food, because I don't know. People be weird.
Grabbed a bunch of paper plates to account for the rain outside ruining them, and then sandwiched some of the leftovers together with them. Then I went to the front door where the guy was still standing. I held up the plate to show him, and he tried opening the door. I yelled, "Wait, it's locked." But I already was wary now after he tried opening the door. Regrettably, I still unlocked the door, and the second I started to push it open, he pulled it open with force and tried pushing his way through.
Why would you? You just a dumbass. Why would you just open up just the door for random strangers? Look, if I do that, it's gonna be a gun right to your chest. They be like, "Yeah, what the fuck you doing, nigga?" You know what I'm saying? I would have had a gun straight to your chest. Boom. Guts would have been all out, splattering.
Threw the food and held him back, yelling for my sisters to come help me. As Nancy came to help shut the door, I saw two more guys rushing up the front walkway to the door. Managed to
GG's.
push the man out enough to clear the door, and I helped my sister slam it shut.
Oh, y'all slammed
The
it?
second
Okay.
it was locked, I ran to the backyard door to make sure it was locked. I was the only able-bodied man in the house, and I felt like it was
Shit,
on
we
me
would
to
have
protect.
had a squabble. See, y'all want to break in? See, I'm Ken, the one guy. I see the other one. I might pull out it. Yeah. Pull out, stand there and get him. Hey, shit, we got brawl.
The house. My family was in hysterics as we were brainstorming what to do. Not so shockingly, we settled for calling the police. My mom called while I kept going from window to window
I probably would
looking
have handled it another
outside.
way.
It was hard to see out through the pouring rain, but through the backyard window, I saw a couple men running through the grass to the back door.
Damn, did
I
y'all like
imagine they
it?
tried opening the back door and failed, and then I saw them running through the grass again back to the gate. Then they were gone. When the police got here, the food that I dropped onto the front stoop was still just sitting there, all scattered on the porch.
Damn.
Not that it wasn't obvious that those guys didn't come for the food, but it's something worth mentioning. Our Thanksgiving was almost turned into a complete nightmare if it weren't for my and my sister's quick reactions.
Like it.
I
Y'all
know
like
my
it,
grandma
though.
had her heart in the right place, wanting
like
to help
it.
the seemingly needy, and I was influenced by her. But unfortunately, we live in a world where sometimes trying to do the right thing.
Yeah,
can
that's
bite you
why
in
I
the
don't. That's
ass.
why I don't help
We
nobody.
installed the
Get it
doorbell
on your
camera
own.
soon after this.
No cap. Story number 2. I thought it was gonna be an ad. That's why I kind of paused.
It was Thanksgiving night. I was over at my parents' house for dinner since they were hosting this year. I got to see some cousins and uncles I hadn't seen in almost a year.
Dang.
We had a typical Thanksgiving gathering for our family. My parents cooked a big meal as usual. Before dinner, though, I got a long essay of a text from some unknown number.
Essay?
I won't share it because it contains a lot of personal, revealing details.
Oh my
But
god.
it started with, "Hey Melissa, hope your Thanksgiving is going well." Then I quickly came to realize who it was that sent this text. It was this crazy stalker guy named Kevin, who I'd never even met before.
Yeah. I didn't go get no bitches 1 and 2. That's why I don't be talking to nobody. People be crazy stalking. My phone be on D&D. I don't talk to nobody. Ain't finna. You know what I'm saying? I cut out a lot of people, man. People probably think I'm a bitch for it. Bro, it's just I be noticing things, man. I know I'm getting off topic, but like, bro, I notice things, bro. Like, I'm gonna cut you out before you cut me off. You know what I'm saying?
We matched on a dating app and texted and snapped.
That's
for
the
a while,
problem. You on a
but we
dating
never
app.
met. He gave me
Don't interact in
obsessive
real
vibes,
life.
and when I politely rejected going on a date with him, saying I don't think we have much in common, he got even more obsessive and
Ooh,
aggressive.
that's that. I
He
know
even
that.
threatened me one time when I posted a snap story of my friend and I getting drinks because he thought I was on a date with a guy. That was when I blocked him on everything, Snapchat, Instagram, and his number. But the contact didn't stop there. I get random Instagram accounts with 0 followers attempting to follow
this day,
me, and I
he
block them
needs some
each
help.
time.
Man, I never
Same
do
thing
this
on
for no.
Snapchat. I'd get
Come
random
on.
accounts adding me with different guys' names every time. Whenever I'd add them back out of curiosity, their snap scores
To
were
me,
always 0.
I'm gonna be hurt. Okay, of course I'm gonna be hurt. Now I'm not finna go to an extent like this. This just boundaries, bro. You just gotta take a loss and move on, bro. You know what I'm saying?
After reading the entire message, I was disgusted. He was gaslighting me and borderline threatening me. I replied, "If you keep contacting me, I will go to the police." It took so long to form a reply I was okay with that my grandma got annoyed and asked me to put my phone away.
Damn.
It was only out of sight and out of mind for maybe half an hour before I got another text from another random number. It was another essay.
Oh
I didn't
my
want to
god.
completely ruin my mood and be on my phone dealing with this when I was with family. I put my phone away and just tried to focus on being a part of the
Go get you some
conversation.
bitches, man. What is you
Family
doing?
started
Like
to leave and things
essays?
started to slow down. I checked the text, and it was disturbing. It was longer than the first one, and it was him berating me and insulting me the entire time, acting like the entitled, narcissistic sociopath that he clearly is.
Oh, you
There
know
was
what
just
that
a
is.
small amount of my family left. I showed them the texts, and they were appalled. My mom wanted me to go to the police the next day to report him for harassment, which I planned on doing. I soon left my parents' house to go home to my apartment.
Hey, that was my
My
daughter.
apartment is the lower
We
floor
found a
of a
nigga
two-family
and it
house.
would have been up.
My friend Chelsea is my roommate in the apartment. I got home before her, and I went straight to my room to look for Christmas caller.
Oh my gosh.
I knew it was him. I denied it and silenced my phone.
Yup.
I put on some silly rom-com Christmas movie to fall asleep to. It was called Surviving Christmas. All I remember about it is that it had James Gandolfini in it. It was late at night, so I didn't plan on making it through the movie. I was getting sleepy halfway through the movie, and I heard walking from outside my room into the
Damn!
house.
Really?
It was in the apartment, not from upstairs, so I assumed it was Chelsea getting home from her night with her family.
Bro, is he in the
Footsteps came
house?
straight to my door. Then someone attempted to open my door. I always lock my bedroom door at night, even though I trust Chelsea.
Bruh.
It's just a natural habit I have. I paused the movie and listened as the doorknob turned a few more times. Before I yelled, "Chelsea?" Then it stopped. I heard quiet footsteps walking away from the door. I grabbed
Oh my
my phone
gosh, I
about
think
to
that
call
nigga's
Chelsea,
in.
and I saw a bunch of texts on my screen from a third random number. The most alarming one
Yo,
was a threat.
this is
saying,
weird.
"Good thing you made it obvious where you live." I tried calling
This girl done put her location on the dating app. Y'all gotta be smarter than this shit.
Chelsea like 5 times, but she never picked up. I called my
Oh
parents
my-
a bunch
did he
of
do
times
something to her
until my
sister?
dad picked up. I whispered into the phone that I think that crazy stalker was in the house. My dad said to stay put. He was coming over right away. We lived 10
Would've
minutes
came
away
up and
from
aired
each
it
other,
out.
but he made it to me in 5. That's how fast he drove here. During that time, I stayed on the phone with my dad the whole time until Chelsea called me back. And that's when she told me that she wasn't coming back to the apartment tonight. For sure it
Oh,
was
okay.
not her.
Damn.
When my dad got here, the front door was locked. I had to let him in. I swore to him that I wasn't imagining what happened. And so after we tore the place upside down, he went to the big sliding window by the kitchen, big enough that anyone could fit through, and he lifted it open. He turned to me and gave me a stare of disappointment. He scolded me after learning that I didn't lock the windows every night, and
Damn.
said, "Here's my answer on how someone got in here." I went back home with him and slept at home that night. First thing in the morning, my dad took me to the county court's office where they gave us step-by-step instructions for getting a temporary restraining order. Skipping most of the
Shit,
legal process
you need
of the
more than that.
story, I eventually did see Kevin in person when I had to go to court to get the restraining order extended. The judge granted the extension, and though I could never prove he broke into my apartment, his threatening texts were plenty, and if he ever contacts me again through any outlets, he'd be arrested.
Better air
He's
it
a
out.
truly dangerous man, and I hope he hasn't found anyone else to harass.
Nah, that's that weird shit, bro. No cap. Tommy T. Last story, man.
Most of my family lives in a rural part of Central Florida, closer to the East Coast though. My Uncle Ben was hosting Thanksgiving one year. His house sits on a huge lake with like 5 other houses, that's it.
Dang.
I don't want to give the name of the lake or the town because that would be doxing my uncle basically. It's not a fancy house and setup like you're picturing, trust me. It's rustic, but private and spacious. My uncle is a bit of a redneck, but he makes our holiday gatherings more fun. Him hosting Thanksgiving this year meant that he'd be going all out, making it like a party basically, with music, cornhole, coolers full of beers, and all of that good stuff. We got to his house around 3. During the day,
My
we all
eyes
drank
are
some beers,
smoking me
ate
right
some
now.
snacks like chips and dip,
Damn.
and played drinking games together. Card games, cornhole, and even basketball with my cousin. Though the basketball didn't last long, with 3 beers and a bunch of chips in our stomachs. This all went on for a few hours with music blasting. An unusual way of celebrating Thanksgiving, I know. Then, as it started getting darker around 5:30, Aunt Mel and Uncle Ben started bringing the food out to the table. They set the table up under the big gazebo. It was around sunset when everything was set up and we were all eating. The gazebo has lights, so when it got really dark, the lights turned on. By 6 o'clock, it was basically pitch black out. My uncle's probably the only one alive who insists on doing Thanksgiving dinner outside, but we all enjoy it. It makes it more fun. The fun soon ended, though. My cousin suddenly pointed out past me to the woods, saying, "Dad, who's that?"
Oh
Uncle
my
Ben
gosh.
turned around and
The
said,
woods?
"Who the hell?" There was someone standing out in front of the woods like a statue, watching us eat. Uncle Ben
What?
stood up and started walking over to the guy standing by the
Dang,
woods.
stand on business,
And then he
man.
yelled, "Can I help you with something?" I'd say he was about halfway to the woods when the guy turned around and ran into the woods.
That's that.
Uncle
Ooh, that's
Ben
weird.
turned around and
Why do
laughed.
y'all people do stuff in the woods, man? Go. Just asking to die. This point, you just asking to die. Don't care, alright? I mean, don't even be feeling bad for y'all.
He was definitely drunk by this point, finding humor in this. He said must be one of the local nuts as he came back to the table to sit. My Aunt Mel was not as amused, and I kind of agreed with her. That was creepy. My dad joked that between all the men here, there's nothing to worry about. The lightheartedness of this did not last though. This time I spotted the guy. He was standing by the woods again.
Oh no!
Closer to the lake this
about to go
time.
attack this dude.
I pointed it out to everyone.
Like
My uncle got up, pissed off this time. He started marching over again, yelling and taunting the guy. His drunkenness was really starting to show now, just in the way he was confronting the trespasser. But then we noticed there was another guy in the woods.
Another one?
Complete opposite side of the yard.
Oh no, they
The one
targeting
guy that
y'all.
Uncle Ben was approaching ran into the woods again. The other one stayed put. As Uncle Ben came back to the table, he said there's another one. So my cousin, myself, and my dad all got up now, ready to help my uncle confront these people. And with that, the second guy ran into the woods. By this point, we decided it was time to clean up.
Some paranormal activity.
We started all cleaning the table and bringing plates and food inside to the kitchen. When everything was cleared out of the gazebo, we all sat inside the living room. Uncle Ben left the lights on outside, because I know he and Aunt Mel were on high alert with people running around their property being creeps. They didn't look like kids, that was the thing. Our accepted theory was at the time that it was just some drunk older teens or young 20-year-olds with no family gatherings messing around being assholes. Eventually I wanted to grab another beer, which was in the cooler outside still. As I got up, Uncle Ben and my dad both asked me to grab one too. So I went outside and walked over to the gazebo. I made it to the cooler, suddenly feeling really uneasy.
Oh, nah.
The gazebo light was off now. I looked around, analyzing my surroundings.
I should have went with him, or her.
I grabbed as many beers as I could hold, just so I wouldn't have to come back out here again.
No doubt.
Then I started walking back to the house, when I heard one of the chairs under the gazebo sliding on the concrete.
Whoa!
I turned around, and there was someone under the gazebo, walking around the table. He looked massively tall, like 6'5".
Oh, nah.
I started yelling for Uncle Ben.
That's not real. He not real. That's paranormal need.
I ran back to the house.
That's them people I'm just dumped down there. You strap.
And I said there's a guy over there. And then, as if someone else was responding to me saying that, there was a banging from the other side of the house. Like someone was hitting the siding with their hand. Seeing my uncle and my dad genuinely frightened made me frightened too. We went inside, and Uncle Ben locked the door. We didn't know how many people were outside of the house, but we felt like the house was surrounded.
They targeted y'all.
And Aunt Mel started
in the woods.
shutting every
Get out
last
the woods.
curtain and blind in the house because we felt like we were being watched from the outside. Uncle Ben called the police, which was a first. It felt completely out of character for him to involve the police in anything.
I'm
He was only on the phone with them for like 5 to 10 minutes. Then we waited in the living room, with clear tensions and unease in the room.
Whoa!
There was this quick and sudden loud bang on the glass, followed by a window in the kitchen completely shattering.
GG.
Aunt Mel yelled at Uncle Ben to go get the old rifle from the closet.
Gotta get
Yelled
this.
back the thing hadn't been loaded in years.
Blow that nigga head off.
Luckily, the police response time was pretty good. A singular beep of the siren from the police car outside let us know he arrived. One of the people outside had thrown a brick through the window with a note attached to it, saying, "Leave now, you fucking fits," which...
After seeing that, I don't even be scared no more, bourbon. Come on, fat. You don't call me that. You could have called me something else. Might have been scared, but...
which felt like a threat. His Trump flag was also missing the next day, which created the possibility of
this
being
adding
political.
up. I ain't even gonna hold you.
That's really the most realistic theory, because unless my aunt, uncle, and cousin are secretly the worst neighbors ever, I see no other reason why their house would be a target for something like this. On Thanksgiving, nonetheless. There really are some sickos out there.
Man, boy, y'all stay during Thanksgiving. It's right around the corner. You know what I'm saying? Stay up. My eyes is down bad, and I got a couple more games to watch. It's not gonna count. Hey man, how let me know how y'all feel about it, man. Y'all have a nice Thanksgiving to lock in and get this 2024 started for y'all on a good note. Look out, man. Look at y'all dreams for real, man. Chase them. Appreciate your man. The road to K, man. I'm out. Make sure y'all like it up and all that.